Welcome to the 2024 Economic Depression and Preparation channel. Thank you for joining me on this Sunday edition, briefly, December 15th, 2024. We're halfway through December. I appreciate everyone's support, ladies and gentlemen, as we continue to navigate these economic waters here. And right now, we're going to be talking about the inflation report. We know that inflation continues to accelerate here, and we've been talking about this all year, that even though it appears to be under control, it is not under control in a lot of different facets here, from food to utilities to transportation costs to employment costs. Things are going up. So inflation rate accelerates to 2.7% in November as expected. So this is not a surprise here. But what is a surprise is that it's continuing to rise, even though at a slower pace. That's good news, but it's still rising nonetheless. So the core CPI, the Consumer Price Index, was at 3.3% on an annual basis, and all of these figures were in line with forecasts. However, what was not in line with forecasts was that this annual inflation rate is beginning to accelerate now at a pace that is faster than normal, than we normally see in a 12-month period. So you can see here the Consumer Price Index, it went down, and now it's on its way back up here as we try to round out 2024 here in the blue line. So even though it's in line with estimates, experts' estimates and all of that, it's still a concern because we're still going to be seeing inflation rise above the Fed's 2% annual target here. And that means that things are going to get a little bit pricey, especially with used cars, foods, utility costs, homeowners insurance costs. All of that's going to be going up. You might notice your car insurance and everything going up too this year, even if you didn't make any claims. That's something we're going to have to watch closely too as Americans. Now, this is very interesting. The Wall Street Journal says that Americans are stockpiling to get ahead of tariffs. You know that incoming President-elect Trump is thinking about making tariffs on it's going to affect even Canada and Mexico. That can also cause prices to rise temporarily here for a year or two, or a year possibly, in the Americas. So since we don't manufacture a lot of stuff, as you know, we get stuff from other countries like Mexico, China, you name it, Vietnam, Canada. So Americans are stockpiling stuff ahead of tariffs. So they're getting a lot of stuff ahead, getting groceries, getting supplies, pepper supplies, things of that nature, just ahead of time, toilet paper, whatever you think you may need. You might want to do that in the next 3 to 4 months, because you just never know. One supply shock can shut down everything or make things slower to get. It may not shut down things, but make things slower to get. Maybe back order things for a couple of months, car parts, anything that you think you may need after Christmas and New Year's. You might want to get that, because it could be a case where consumers, they're doing that because they know that things are going to be going up, prices are going to be going up regardless here. Not just in America, but in Europe and Asia markets and South America markets, prices are going to be going up just for the fact that there's limited supplies. They're going to be limited supplies because of these tariffs. So stuff like a TV, electronics may not be that important, but stuff like toilet paper, pepper supplies, like, solar generators or Starlink internet, things that they have on sale right now with Elon Musk, that Starlink internet. We can get internet regardless if the power's out or not through the satellite. You might want to stock up on things like that, because the BRICS countries, Brazil, Russia, India, and China, South Africa, Iran, Egypt, etc., they are going to be threatened 100% with tariffs, possibly. As you know, that they've been joining with other forces too as well. So that could possibly, even just the sound of that could mean that prices are going to be rising, even if he doesn't implement it right away in the first 6 months, the first 120 days, 100 days of office. So we just have to keep that in mind as we go through here. Now, why more Americans are turning to buy now, pay later programs in 4 charts. Now, CNN Business had this article here. They're saying that consumers are turning, we used to call it back in the day layaway payments, but now they have this buy now, pay later things. We can even finance fast food. Have you seen that? Have you used that service? Let me know. Have you used buy now, pay later? I'm not too familiar with it. I know they had it with Affirm, and I know they had it with stuff like Best Buy or stuff like Amazon, or even, but like I said, I'm more familiar with the layaway programs they used to have back in the day at these stores like Ross and Burlington, Michaels, etc. So let me know, have you used this buy now, pay later scheme, and what kind of interest rate are they giving you during these times that they're trying to get people to get into this buy now, pay later thing? So they said that Peter Ains, the Diagnosis Ains, he's a consumer researcher, professor at the University of Leeds in England. He says this, quote, the seemingly financially constrained, the credit card users, and the small basket shoppers tend to have the largest increase in spending using the buy now, pay later. So, I don't know. what's the difference between this and getting a small signature loan or a small advance on your credit card? Maybe the interest rates are lower on that compared to this. I don't know. But let me know what you think about this here, this buy now, pay later. Right now, they're showing that the buy now, pay later percentage of users in the purple here, any disruption, 60%, a non-healthcare expense, 25%. Housing costs, healthcare expenses, and lost government benefits seem to be the biggest reasons why you would use according to this chart, by the Federal Reserve Bank of Philadelphia. They're saying that's the biggest reason they're saying people use the buy now, pay later. I haven't experienced that. And they're saying that millennials and Gen Z are more likely to use buy now, pay later services compared to boomers or Gen Xers. So let me know what you're seeing in that situation. Who's really using the buy now, pay later services here? And what do you think? Think it's a good idea to get you through the holidays or get you further beyond the holidays and the new year here? So continue to prepare. We know that what's coming up is higher inflation, and we'll also know that we're going to be experiencing lower services. We're going to have to do more work. Americans are going to do more work with less in all facets of this economy. And so we're going to have to continue to prepare physically, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally here as we go through this next year of trimming the fat, the first year of trimming the fat under the new administration. And we'll have to see what that looks like. And then we'll go from there. God bless. Talk to you soon. Enjoy your weekend. Thank you for listening. Have a good day.